I teach 2D and I'm also the PLT leader for the grade 2 teacher team. Readiness to learn information. It's important that children get a good night's sleep, they have a healthy breakfast and a nude-food lunch, minimise screen time, and regular reading always helps them get ready for the day. And developing independence and also a growth mindset is something that the children have been working on. The power of yet, so changing their mindset to I can't do this to I can't do this yet. This doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense yet.
School uniform. The school council's student dress code states that all students need to be wearing the approved school uniform whilst at school, on excursions and while engaging in out-of-school hours activities. The approved school uniform includes shoes that need to be entirely black. This means no white soles or laces or coloured trim. Runners can be brought to school for PE only and will need to be changed into before the PE session and then back into school shoes at the end of the PE session. Plain stud or hoop earrings can be worn, no other jewellery unless for religious reasons that has been school approved. Students can wear white, black or navy socks as well as white, black or navy hair ties and bows. Please keep a spare change of clothes in your child's bag as accidents do happen, especially in winter in our dry creek area, which isn't very dry at that time of year. If your child is going to be out of school uniform for any reason, and this does happen if the washing hasn't been done or they've grown out of their uniform, please make sure that you have it in writing to your child's teacher, explaining why they are out of their uniform. If your child is out of uniform with no reason given to their teacher, and this happens on multiple occasions, they will be issued with an out of uniform form that will need to be taken home and filled out by the parents and signed and brought back to school. We have 6 school rules. They are to follow directions, listen to the speaker, speak appropriately, keep hands, feet and objects to yourself, look after properly, and to move safely. If these rules are broken, there is 5 steps of consequences. The first is that your child will be reminded. For example, if they are sitting and chatting to a friend on the floor instead of listening to the teacher will say, "Excuse me, you need to be whole body listening." If it happens again, they'll be removed from the group or activity. This means that they might just be moved to a different spot in the room or a different table. If it happens again, your child will be removed from the classroom to a buddy grade. That means your grade next door, where they'll need to sit until they are ready to come back to class. If this behaviour or other behaviour happens again, then they'll be removed from the class and taken to school leadership. And if it's still happening, then there will be a phone call home to discuss the issue with their parents. Our music starts over the bell at 8:50 in the morning. This is usually a mindfulness type of music, and this is when classroom doors open. Students need to spend this time unpacking their bag, getting reader bags ready, sitting on the floor and ready to start the day. When the bell goes at 9 a.m, all students should be on the floor ready to start their learning, and teachers will be doing the role. If your child is here after the bell goes, whether it's 1 second, 1 minute, 10 minutes, they will need to go straight to the office to get a late slip and give a reason why they are late. The first half an hour, 10, 15 minutes even, of the day is the most important part, especially on investigations days. This is when we start our tuning in, explain what we're doing for the day, talk to our focus students about where they'll be working, and it's really the part of the day where kids settle in. So it's really important that they're here. On a Monday when we don't have investigations, we do the role and go straight to the gym for assembly. We start assembly usually with singing the national anthem, and it can be really distracting for other kids and teachers when students walk in as the national anthem's happening or as people are getting settled. So it's really important that kids are at school well before 9 o'clock, ready to be on the floor at 9 a.m. for their learning. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Burns from 2F, and I'm going to talk to you about wellbeing. At Lyndhurst, we have a learning program called Healthy Habits, Happy Kids, and it helps our young children to develop the skills and attitude to develop healthy attitudes. Each fortnight throughout the year, we focus on a learning intention. The learning intention is displayed in each classroom across the school, and the skills are taught and promoted to our students. You can see each term, each learning intention is allocated to what we do. So mindfulness, we use that when the kids come to school and after lunch, and it usually goes for about 10 minutes. So we do sort of a meditation activity for children, so it could be colouring in or relaxing or reading to music. And we use mindfulness for a positive approach for getting ready to learn. We have brain breaks. So these are a couple of minutes that we take to take from a learning break. So we have an activity to take a few minutes just to have a break from our learning. It might be, if we're doing a double maths session, that we just need to get our kids refocused. So making them go outside and just doing a brief activity to get them moving. Okay, our next slide is the calm corner. So in each classroom, there's a space created for students where they can go if they just need a break from learning, a bit of time out, and just to refocus and feel safe. So you'll find that in every classroom in the school. Okay, and yeah, all grade 2s and the school feel that wellbeing is an important part of our learning. So healthy minds and healthy bodies go hand in hand.
Hi, my name's Miss Backhouse and I'm the teacher of grade 2C. I'm here to talk to you about our Walker Learning approach, what it's about and why we use it and its many benefits. So as you can see here, every morning, Tuesday to Friday, the students come in and they have investigations, which is their Walker Learning approach. There's different areas set up in each classroom. There are certain areas that stay around for the whole term, which is a maths area, you have a writing area, a tinker table, and some kind of building area. Those areas are in every classroom every term, and then you change out some. So for example, the dinosaur area will change next term, and the science area, even though that's a permanent one, what the items will change each term. So that could become like the geologist area or something else, just to keep the students engaged and learning. One of our biggest approaches with the Walker Learning approach is our learning intentions, which you can see up here. So we have all of our goals. As you can see, this board we go through each day. These goals change every fortnight and they cater to a wide range of domains. So we've got our cognitive, emotional, social, language and physical, and it's also got all our intentions for our academic areas. You can see we have our focus students. We keep our timetable up here and all our rosters, so the students are aware of when they're the focus student, when they're the reporter or the photographer. The students, it's very important that they see these things because it's such a great visual aid, and it also helps them with their learning intentions and their progress.
Focus at Lyndhurst Primary School has been developing student voice. So student voice is about students having a say in their learning, how they like to learn, and developing lessons according to that. So as a learner, they are working on listening to each other, learning from other students and from their teachers, and then being a leader as well, so having the opportunity to teach others their skills.
Hi, I'm Nicole Biuk. I'm Mrs. B to the students of 2B, and I'm here to talk about our literacy reading program at Lyndhurst Primary School. So to start with, we have a variety of settings in which the students can read. If you have a little look through the slide, you'll see that we offer a book nook in the classroom with a variety of books, and students can also access the library weekly where they go in, borrow and then need to return books, which is one to remember, bring those books back so that the children can return them. We also have a comprehension strategy program that we use at school, and that is paired with a reader's notebook. This is fostering independence in our students and also time management skills, as well as a place to practice their thinking and their learning. Our take-home readers program, you'll see that little black satchel bag that the children bring home that has a logbook in it. We'll also have 2 reading books in it that are levelled reading books. Those books are to read at home with you or an older student in the family. Mark in the logbook just the days that they've read, make a little comment, and we'll be reading that just to see how many days a week that they're reading at home. That's also to be brought back to school, and they are changing those on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. They also have a variety of levels here to choose from that are at their level.
Hi, my name's Miss Cooper. I teach 2A and I'm here to talk to you about our writing and spelling programs as part of our literacy program. For our writing program, we teach a range of different writing skills such as punctuation and grammar. We allow the students to apply these through different genres such as procedure and recount. And we also set the students goals that they have that are individual to them that they can achieve throughout the term. For our spelling program, we provide students with strategies to have a go at sounding out unknown words. So for this, we use the thrust chart. This allows the students to work out which sounds are in words, find the sounds on the thrust chart, and then match them to the spelling choices.
Hello, I'm Carolina Donis. I am the part-time teacher for grade 2B, and I'm here to talk you through what we do in numeracy. So we're going to start with the books that we use. So in our class, we use 2 maths books. We've got our blank scrapbook maths book. Our maths grid book is really good because of the grids. It helps us visualize maybe number problems. So those 2 maths books are the 2 we use in our classrooms. We also try to have a lot of visual displays about the language that we use in our classroom, making sure, especially with our learning intentions, we're very vocal about what we're learning and what kind of language we use for mathematics. It also helps us with the revision. If the kids can see those words, helps them remind them. So we have a lot of really skill-based or hands-on tasks that we use, not just games, but a lot of things that making sure having physical or tactile items really helps the kids to visualize and be able to see the items, because maths can be very applied. That is one of our things for our mathematics. We have our lessons split. Half the week we do number-based problems, which talks about subtraction and addition and multiplication. And then we have applied, that talks about things like measurement and statistics, and having the difference between some items that you can actually apply, and looking at shapes and moving things, while number is more about theoretical, but you can still have visual or hands-on tasks with those ones. We have a really big emphasis this year on problem solvings and working through problems written and as well verbally, going through how do we solve a problem, what are the steps we need to do, and how to break it up. So we're really focusing on that this year. We also, for our lessons, start with either an energizer, so that means an activity, it's a maths activity to energize the kids to get excited about mathematics, or a launch, which is a kind of a start that links to what we're doing, but it's generally a fun video or a fun game that links to what the learning is for that day. And obviously at Lyndhurst, we always try to complement all our mathematics through investigations, and having all teachers in grade 2 have a maths table with lots of objects and things that the kids can explore during their own investigation time.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Stevens and I am one of the teachers for 2E. At Lyndhurst Primary School, we believe that education is a partnership between the students, home and the school. And it's really important that all of those are working together to support the learning of your child. So we have a list of things that you can do at home to support the learning of your student. So you could have your child read to you every day and also discuss the book. Think about the characters, what's happening, maybe why it's happening, or if they're reading a non-fiction book, think about the facts that they're learning. Read with your child at bedtime. Encourage colouring in and crafts to develop fine motor skills. Cook and read recipes together to practice their mathematical thinking. Have conversations with your child daily to develop new vocabulary. Skip count. Visit libraries, museums and places of interest. Practice your opposite spelling words. Encourage your child to write letters. Allow them to practice mindful activities and play board games. Following this video, you're encouraged to email your classroom teacher with any questions that you may have about your child's learning or about your specific classroom.